Hello, good
Hello.
afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Soul Talk, and we have Michelle with us right now. And
Hello.
I invited Michelle because every time I see her, I could feel her aura of success, her aura of confidence, and yet she remains to be so humble. And she is a very accomplished, highly creative, passionate, results-oriented sales and marketing professional. And she has been working for over 12 years in business development. And we all know in business development, we help the companies reach their revenues, the business objectives, and Michelle has been over delivering throughout her entire career. So that's truly an achiever. And so let's all welcome Michelle. Hi, Michelle. How are you today? I'm so glad you're able to give us some time for Soul Talk.
Yeah, hi everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me, Michelle, to this talk. And thank you for your kind words. That's very nice.
Yes, and sige, let's jump right into the conversation. And those who are viewing right now, feel free to ask questions or share in the comment sections. All right, so with Michelle, she is really successful in her corporate life, and she has been reaching her goals. When I took a look at her LinkedIn account, I realized that, oh, this person is really over delivering. So whenever a company would give her a certain target for the year, she over delivers all the time, and that's amazing. And she's in sales and marketing. Tell us more about that, Michelle.
uh, well, yeah. So I've been working in sales maybe, yeah, maybe around 12 years now. So yes, I'm revealing my age. But yeah, so I've been working in sales, and the thing is with sales, it's a great job to work in, and something that I really love. And I realized it's not really something you can do if you're not really passionate about it. But they say if you find a job that you love, then you never really work a day in your life. And I got lucky in that sense that I found a job that I love, and it was really being in that kind of work that really made me enjoy what I do. But don't get me wrong, of course, there are a lot of challenges, and it's very stressful. And also like a time like today, working in sales in the time of COVID-19, it's also hard. And of course, in the last 12 years, I've had my challenges, but voila, you just have to, the most important thing is really being positive. Um, if you were in sales and you didn't have a positive attitude, it's not really going to work out, for yourself, for your mental health, or even in your general perspective of how you're going to go about your day. So I think the biggest factor of what made me successful also was, when you start the day thinking, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to get it, and I'm going to be successful. So you start out already, claiming your success. Because diba, if you start the day knowing that you're not going to be successful, it's going to work out otherwise.
So every day you do this, yung parang you really claim success at every morning.
Well, yeah. So when I start with my day, of course, I have to say, okay, this is my. So I think I was sharing this with you the last time. No, I was sharing. I was reading about habits of highly successful people.
Yes.
So yes, I think I get it. I forget if it was 4 or 5. So I'm gonna enumerate them now again. So the first one is highly successful people. They wake up. They wake up early. Number two, they meditate. Number three, of course, they do like a short exercise or at least workout routine. And then fourth is they write a to-do list. I forget what number 5 was, but anyway, let's stick to 4. Let's stick to the
Hindi,
4.
kasi what's important naman, Michelle, is the knowledge that you're actually using, and you got 4 out of 5,
Yeah,
and you're applying it in your daily
yeah,
life.
yeah,
Because oo, kasi a lot of people would read a lot of self-help books, but then they just accumulate the knowledge without really doing the application. And what's great about you is that you're actually applying it, being an early riser, meditating, exercising, and doing a to-do list. And with your work, understandable naman because it's really so busy. Kaya nga, I feel so blessed that you said yes to this. And for those who are viewing right now, she just came out of a meeting. Ganun ka hectic. So actually, I could still feel the energy coming from you, coming out of the and tell us about the obstacles that you had to go through during this time in making sure that you're still achieving the expectations of the company.
Yeah, so I think an obstacle worth sharing is, when yun nga, when you I guess when you're not feeling very positive and you feel like you've already lost, diba? So I think in continuation with what I mentioned earlier, the mga there's the four habits of highly successful people. But one thing I wanted to add to that. So I guess for me, I'll add the five. But syempre, I won't say naman I'm fully successful now. Syempre, it's an ongoing thing, diba? So it's always naman happening. So one thing I wanted to add is getting proper rest, which would be number five. Kasi yun nga, like it's like what you mentioned earlier. Every day, ba am I positive? Every day, it's wow, I'm gonna do this. Syempre, most days I'd like to think I'm like that. But there are days na, wala, when you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, or you're just pick on, or when you're a girl, you're just being moody sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So I noticed kasi the best obstacle, or sorry, the worst obstacle is really, is really when you're faced with yourself and you really can't seem to. I believe kasi that you are your worst competition, right?
Yes,
And
it's an internal battle.
yeah, it's really an internal battle. It's really a battle of the mind, right? Na parang, am I going to do this? Am I good enough? And all of that. So, usually it's not something you can win when you're already so deep in it. When you're so deep in frustration and you're just like, I can't do this, I can't get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to win that, honestly. So what I think one thing that I've learned is it's really rest. That's what's going to help you. So if you're having a bad day, I suggest you just rest. Make sure you get 8 hours sleep, because I guarantee the next day you might not feel 100% better, but you will feel better. Mm-hmm. So I realized that's what worked for me. Mm-hmm. Now just getting ample rest.
Oo. Pero it also takes a certain level of awareness to listen to your body. Yeah. And it's good that you are completely mindful of what your body is telling you, because other people are just pure workaholic without really listening to what their inner voice is telling them. And it's also good to know that Michelle is not so perfect. She also has her own internal battles inside the mind. And but what's good about her is that she's able to overcome those, and she has placed yung mga techniques like sleeping, getting proper rest, and all those things. And that's a good practice that you have to be aware of. And with Michelle, what I also love about her is that she really thinks big. Her mindset is always, with the level of confidence and with thinking big, it brings her towards so many things. How were you able, Michelle? How were you able to have that kind of mindset to think big?
So I think, okay, I'll give an example of, I guess, for work, because that's the one that's the best example I can think of, right? So in my job, syempre, I work in sales, and a lot of times the customer will always ask you, okay, I want this type of solution or product. And it's happened to me several times in my company now, or even in my past companies, na our company can't deliver that exact solution that the customer is asking, because whatever, it's the product's being developed pa, or it's not our expertise, etc., like that. So, but I also learned in sales. I learned kasi also in sales that it's not really best practice also to tell a customer outright no, because syempre, when you work for sales with that customer, you want to show that you know they can trust you, they can discuss ideas with you. So when a customer tells you that, and your first instinct is to say no, no, we can't do that. Try to think out of the box and think big. So I'll give an example of maybe 2 companies ago. They were saying they wanted this product and we really couldn't do it. And we really couldn't naman talaga. But we realized, okay, maybe we'll partner with a telco. And then when we partnered with the telco, biglang the telco was offering a service that we could partner with. And then that was the solution that the customer wanted. So parang don't limit yourself to just thinking, okay, this is what my company sells. Ito lang. No. Actually, you can work with partners, collaborate, work with different industries, collaborate, because actually you can sell more, you can do more. There's more pala you can do.
And you learned this in the course of your career in sales.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
That's it really goes to show that wherever you are right now, that's where you are meant to flourish, and that's where you're meant to learn life lessons. So just like Michelle, she's really on fertile soil right now. And you know, could you share more about, being ready? Because you've been at your work for less than a year, tama ba? Diba? It's just less
Yeah.
than a year.
Yeah,
And
we're
mm-mm.
magwa 1 year na. Yeah, this August.
Oo. How ready were you when you started on that role? Because the role is quite huge and they gave you the biggest account and you're the newest in the team. So how did you prepare yourself for taking on such a role?
I think that's a good question. When you're asking, I guess your question revolving around were you ready or did you think you
Mm-mm.
were ready? The
Yes.
answer is no. The answer is no. I didn't think I was ready, and in hindsight, looking back 12 months ago, was I ready? No, 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 naman talaga. But I think the what's important there is when most blessings when most blessings or opportunities arrive in your life, most of the time you're not naman ready. That's what I think, ha.
Mm.
Yeah, at the time I wasn't ready because I was the youngest. I was, the only girl also in the team. Not that that's a factor, but yeah, but I was put in a company where I didn't have the same experience as most seasoned colleagues that I had had. So to me, it seemed like maybe I wasn't exactly the best choice for that role or that account, which was the biggest account of which is still the biggest account of our company and one of the biggest accounts of the company worldwide. So for me, I felt very insecure. I felt like I wasn't ready. I felt like I also wasn't good enough because it was true. I wasn't. But I really prayed about it, and just like so many opportunities that had happened to me in the past, you're not ready, but God puts you in the right frame of mind, time and place na you're not ready, but the people that will hire you or work with you know that you're not, but they will have the patience to make you ready and good at your job. So I was lucky to have that type of people and team to surround me the entire time. And of course, it was frustrating when I started the job because I knew that I wasn't as smart as anybody. I knew I wasn't as good as everybody, but my manager and my team really took the time to train me, and for that I was lucky. And I was really surprised that by the end of the fiscal year, which was already the time of COVID, we
Mm-hmm.
were able to close the biggest project, which I didn't think was going to happen. Um, and that was the biggest project that I have ever closed in my life. So I was surprised that it all happened.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
That's a really nice testimony to how God can, move things within your life. And you're also very prayerful and you have such huge faith to God. What's Could you share your relationship or your kind of spirituality with God?
I think, okay, how can I, the thing is with, I guess with me, I'm just naturally a very adventurous person. And I'm the type na, yung parang the thing is with God and with me, parang I envision him as really like my dad, 'di ba? And then 'di ba, and then parang your dad, what, or as a parent rather, what would a parent naman not give their child, 'di ba? And also for me, the things that I ask for, I think naman, of course, the things that I ask for, I believe are, syempre good for me. That's why I'm asking for it. But the things that I ask for, I think, are also good for, the community, good for the world, because my blessings, it's something that I will always share. So that's why I feel like whenever I request, God give me this, usually binibigay naman talaga. He gives it naman talaga, because I think I think the blessings that I receive, it's something that I've always shared. And yun nga, it's and then I guess also, in addition to that, a lot of the blessings that I've asked for have been really crazy and wild. So um I guess I'll share with you, when I was in college. When I was in college, I really wanted to move abroad,
Mhm.
and I actually wanted to study abroad. And my brother and my sister, got to study abroad for school, because my mom at the time, could afford it. But by the time it was time for me to go to college, my mom couldn't afford for me to study abroad anymore, because syempre it's very expensive to study abroad. So
Yes, oo.
yeah, and for the longest time I felt like this is so unfair, diba? And then all of that. And but there, so but I was like, okay, I mean, syempre, at that time I was harboring a lot of anger and resentment at the time. But yun nga, so at the time I went to school. I went to school here, and then when I applied, and then I applied for this job, which was based. Basta the job is you're a sales journalist, and then you're based in a different country every 4 months. And I applied for the job. I was still in school at the time, and then they made me take this test, and then the test is based on world events, current events like politics and business and all of that. But I didn't know there would be a test, so I just took it. Oh my gosh, I didn't know anything. Yeah, and then biglang the company called me and they said you failed the test. So I was like, oh my gosh, so I guess I didn't get the job.
Mhm.
And then they said, no, we actually liked your interview. You were so good. Because there's a part na you have to pretend to sell something. So they were saying that you're so good in sales. We really like you. Please just take the test again. So I took the test again. And then I passed it, because I knew I took the exact same exam before. And then anyway, and then I got the job. And then as soon as I graduated, I moved to Europe. So
Oh.
that's, yeah. So parang it was, so as the like earlier I said, I had a lot of anger towards my family. Parang how come my siblings got it and I didn't? And but look what God gave me. Parang He gave me a job as an expat abroad. Everything was paid for. So parang I got more pa.
Mm-mm.
So that's why parang why feel anger about the past if God naman will give you more.
Mm-mm.
So yeah.
Oo, ang ganda noon. Pero
Yeah.
it also shows that people like you for your personality, your characteristic, and the skills that you have. Kasi even your current managers or even yung mga supervisors mo, di ba? Even those who support you, they hired you for you. And they're just willing to train you, give you the knowledge in time, wait for you to gain all those knowledge. And it's truly a blessing when you're shining with your skills and talents, and then they're just willing to teach you all the rest so that you could be as prepared as you can for the role. And even the way you explain your relationship with God, na parang he's like a parent who provides for everything that you need. That's truly a faithful answer, and it's beautiful to hear. I hope for the viewers you're also learning something from her. And she's not only successful but she's also very humble. So ano, let's all learn from her. And sige, let's talk about yung kasi in achieving success, there's really a lot of hard work that goes with it. 'Di ba? Parang it's not just obstacles, it's really willingness to work. And were you as focused as I mean, ever since ba ganun ka na maka-focus sa work, or your attention is really towards the goal, or was it something that you learned along the way?
I think, um, okay, so the thing is with, I guess, my jobs in the past, I guess going back to the same story, diba? Like
Mm-hmm.
which you mentioned earlier, it goes back also to, are you are you ready? And at that time, I knew I wasn't ready, um, or let's say I wasn't ready at that time, but will be ready given some ample training and time, right? So it was big. I think it was because a lot of times I was placed in a position or a job wherein I knew I was the youngest, I wasn't the best, or I wasn't. But I always didn't think kasi I was the smartest one out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, I just always knew that's why I just have to work harder. So even though there are other people that would definitely be better qualified than me, I always thought na, but I can put in the work more than that person because I want it more. So that's why, that's the passion that I showed, na, because I knew kasi that, my manager or whoever hired me, they also knew that, I'm sure they also knew that they could
Mm-hmm.
hire someone smarter or better qualified, but they took that risk to work with me. So that's why for me, I said, sige, I'm going to commit to put in that perseverance and dedication to work with you, diba? And I'm going to make sure that through my work, I'm going to make you look good because you took that risk to hire me, diba? So it wasn't anymore just my success as an individual, but it became the success of the team, the success of my manager. It became everybody else. Na it wasn't just about me.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of success, it's parang it's also right that you are putting so much passion into your work that it enables you to give your best. And it's only not reflective in Michelle's corporate life. It's also being expressed in her personal life. So, di, could you how do you apply that kind of passion and that kind of um hard work into your relationships, into all the other aspects of your personal life as well?
Okay, this is I guess the answer. Well, the answer of this will, well, because I'm married now, and I've been married now going to be 2 years, 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I met my husband, who was my boyfriend at that time, mga 2015, of course, your boyfriend and girlfriend, and you have your honeymoon phase when you're boyfriend and girlfriend. That was happy, and of course and then we had that time na we were fighting so much, and it was really really bad fights, as in really bad, and a lot of times, we both thought, me and my husband slash boyfriend at the time, we thought that we would break up. And I remember even going to Ray to Ray, saying na parang, is this the right guy for me? Kasi parang it's not going to work yung the way we're fighting. It's just so bad, as
Mm-hmm.
in super, diba? So yun, but yeah, I remember, racing na, let's keep on praying for him. When we do meditation, just always, meditate for him, and then all of that. And this was, I don't know, circa 2017, 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, so anyway, fast forward to today, to 2020. um it's incredible and insane what happened to our marriage. Like now, this is the happiest I've ever been with, compared to, let's say, the boyfriends in the past. Well, of course, because syempre husband na. But
Oo.
Yeah, but parang this is the happiest that I've ever been, like, ever. Yung all the fights that we've had in the past were parang I can't believe we fought like that, because parang now my husband's so patient. He'll do everything for me. He's so positive. So parang it's like I guess we both changed. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I guess me, I changed, and him, he changed, but I don't know what it is. But I guess instead of saying the word hard work, I guess it's more of the commitment na na syempre in any relationship it's going to be tough and you're just going to want to leave naturally, but no, you made a commitment to stay. So yeah, and I think it worked out for us, and then now we're diba, gonna have a baby. So
Oo.
yeah,
Yes. Congratulations,
yeah, thank you.
baby.
Yeah, thank you.
Oo. For those of you who do not know who Ray is our master teacher. He's our spiritual teacher, and he gives us so much guidance and wisdom every time we're, having a rough time at life. We go to him. Actually, we could invite you join our meditations
Yeah.
Thursdays. We could send the link if you're interested. Just let me know. And Ray is a really, really cool person.
Yeah,
Oo.
super.
Pero let's go back to you. Kasi for for you to give that level of commitment, um, was there also a time when you had to say no to certain things? Kasi parang, di ba in sales, parang the people would always try to avoid saying no. Are you also that way in personal life or even dun sa work? Mahirap ba mag-no?
I think, well, I think it comes from me being an extrovert. Na, if you ask me to do something, I just have so much energy. I'm really going to say yes. But, of course, where I draw the line to no is, syempre, for work, if it's not compliant, then of course that's not something we can do. Syempre, because if you do something that's not compliant, it might make the sale or the deal at that time, quickly and faster, but it's not going to work over time. So I mean, in the long run. So that's why that's why I learned in my 12 years of working in sales or in the industry that I'm in, it's very important to remain grounded in your values. Um, and the values are there for a reason. So the values are there because these companies have survived the test of time. That have been there, since the 1930s, and well, the one in them now is since the 1980s. There's a reason why they still exist. So
Mhm.
these values kasi are what employees carry so that they can ultimately act on the best decision for the interest of the company. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Ay, oo nga. Would you say that your values are aligned to your current company's values?
Yes, I believe so. I'm lucky that I work in a company that really takes the time to discuss values as a person, as an individual, and also values as being a Filipino company based here. So you really, it's very important to us. Unlike other companies I've worked in the past, syempre it's work lang, benta lang, diba?
Mm.
But yeah, so the what I realized why people like the company that I work in is because you know we we we're not just employees that work there and it's about the number that we contribute or the money that we bring in, but we're actually human beings with emotions, and they care about our well-being, because it's true naman that if you're a happy employee, then that's the best employee that you're going to get. So, once these values or individual goals are discussed and placed within the company, if that's met from an individual or human level, then for me, that's what's going to make me work harder than just giving me higher commission. Diba?
Oo. Parang you were really brought to that company because you're aligned with them, and that's what you currently need right now. Because I remember you telling me if you were still working in the old company and you got pregnant, it would have
Yeah.
been more difficult, 'di ba?
Yeah, yeah. It's funny nga because the last company that I resigned from, I wasn't unhappy. I was very happy to work with them, but it's just that their values are just different. They're not a bad company. They're just different. And when I resigned from them, I really told them. I said na, I plan to have a baby. I plan to have kids, and I feel like it won't. I mean, of course, they're going to still give me my maternity leave, but syempre, it will be frowned upon if I go on maternity leave. And should I leave to take care of my family and my children, parang ganon. So I told them, I said na parang I'm going to resign because I want to have kids. And then they said parang parang they said we want you to stay. Baka you can. They said baka I can just move having kids later, but diba? So yun. Hello, hey Brandy.
Hi, Michelle. Grabe, we're still live ba on Facebook?
Hello.
Yes. Are we still live? I think we're live pa rin. I'm sorry, everyone. My internet connection went bonkers. But I feel blessed kasi 30 minutes tuloy-tuloy. Walang intervention. Ayun. So, welcome again. Sorry about that. And it's good that the connection is back. And Michelle was talking about, where were we ba when about the values of the company, that you are not really harboring any ill will against your previous employers, but when you left, it was still a very professional and respectful parting of ways, but no burning of bridges.
No, no,
Ayun.
no. Yeah, super, super good. Yeah, respectfully left. I just said, I want to focus on having a child, which is happening now, diba? So yeah, they said naman yes. Yeah.
Mm-mm. Ayun. And because the values of the old company was really different, talagang puro
Mhm.
work lang.
Yeah.
And it was truly a blessing that God somehow, you know, move Michelle to a new company that's more caring towards the employees, that there's really work life balance, which also reflects the values of Michelle, because she's not just all about achieving success and focus on goals. She also makes sure that she takes care of herself and her relationships. Could you share something on how you take care of yourself, how you express your love for yourself?
Yeah. I so mga like I guess self-care tips. What yeah,
Self-care.
self-care tips. Well, kasi before I really was a gym addict or fitness addict. As in I guess because I just have so much energy in general. I have so much energy with during the day na parang I'm meeting I have so many like the I mentioned to you like I've been having 8 to 9 meetings per day. Um, but yeah, so I'm used to like a life that's like that. And then to de-stress. I would like to usually talagang go crazy at the gym. But now that I can't really go crazy at the gym, I noticed that really just going into really just now for me it's really going on my walks. So when I end work at 5 or 5:30, I tell my husband that can we just go for a walk outside. So we go for a walk outside, and then we just walk for an hour, and it's just a good way to just shut off your brain from work. Kasi, diba, with COVID now, we're all working from home. So, you know, like this is the place where I have my meetings, this exact spot. But this is also the exact spot where I have my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So really, there's no way to compartmentalize your life. So that way of just shutting down my work and leaving the house, that is a big way for me to just sort of de-stress.
Mm. Oo, it's also important to put things in place around your life so that you could actually put boundaries to the things that you do. Kasi for Michelle, she's really very focused at work, and if you most likely hindi niya makikita yung oras na time na pala for dinner or time na pala for for
Yeah,
something else if tuloy-tuloy siyang nakababad sa computer. So it's also good that by 6 sharp, okay, walk. So that tapos na ang work
yeah,
day.
yeah,
And that really sets the mindset na okay, it's now time to rest, to spend more time with family, with her husband, which we should all do, especially now that there's really no boundaries anymore in terms of
yeah,
work and in
yeah,
terms of personal life. So be aware of what really could help your mental and emotional state. And ano, any last words for the viewers, Michelle?
uh,
Mm-mm.
yeah. I guess okay. So since the topic is about manifesting, and of course about, wellness. So it's funny when you gave me those questions in advance. It really made me think also na parang, have I manifested ba everything that I wanted and all of that. So I think it's really good to, I think it's really first, what's important is to really take a step back in your life, diba? And then just really say na parang, what do I want ba? Because I realize also we don't get the things that we want because a lot of times we don't want them, diba? So for example, let's say we say I want this job, but really in our heart of hearts we don't want the job because really we don't want to work pala that hard, or parang there's really a lot of aspects that we don't want pala, like realistically speaking. So I think it's really good to take a step back and just say what do you really want, and is it really good for me, is it going to do good naman talaga. So I think that's just what I believe kasi about in terms of manifesting, yung if you really want naman something, why can't it be given to you naman talaga, because it's for your improvement, for your self development, and then it's also, I think, going to benefit naman the world, diba?
Oo. Actually, yes, that's what I also observe about myself and even with the people around me. There are times when I would say I want this, but then deep inside there's so much fear. So the fear itself is blocking me
Yeah.
from receiving something that I want, na yung sinasabi ko na that I want. So in Michelle is really good at manifesting. When she wants something, she gets it. And there are times when she wants it now, she gets it the next day. So it's that fast. So because there's a complete alignment of the words that she say, the thoughts that she think, and even the feelings that she have inside, and that knowingness deep within her that I'm going to get it, I'm going to get it. This is it, claim ko. So yung totoong claiming, that's actually what helps her manifest. And um for a lot of us, it may be hard at first, but it's really important for us to be aware of what's holding us back from
Yeah.
what we truly desire. Because once you're aware of that, then everything is in the flow na, tuloy-tuloy na, sunod-sunod. So we have actually learned so many things from Michelle. I'd like to say hi to those who are watching. Oh, Ray is here. He's watching.
Yeah, I
Hi,
agree.
Ray. Hi, Kuya Joel.
Hello.
Sino pa ba? Si Jazz, si Maritoni, si Bibi is also here. The rest I couldn't see anymore. But thank you for viewing. And we have learned so much from Michelle, her passion in life, her commitment to life, and at the end of it all, when we get the blessings that we want, it's in all humility. We also give it back towards society,
Yeah.
and let's all learn from that. And I hope you have picked up something positive for this afternoon. And thank you for joining us. Thank you so much, Michelle.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I hope whatever I said made sense naman.
Oo naman, syempre.
Yeah.
So, God bless everyone. Thank you so much for spending time with us in this live. For those who are going to watch the replay, I hope you could also gain so much value from this. So, again, from the God within me, I bless you with so much love, life, and light. And I also bless you, Michelle, with so much more blessings in life. And truly, congratulations sa baby, and we're praying for a really healthy delivery.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so goodbye, everyone. Thank you once again.